Alright, so in this video I'm gonna be drawing my OCs from a story that I'm writing called 42. I've drawn my OCs in like every one of my videos, but I haven't given an in-depth explanation of who those characters are. I draw them a lot on this channel, so it's just gonna be a series. And yeah, starting with the first one. Alright, so first up is the main character of the story. His name is Kasai, and he's 17. I think in the beginning of the story, he's actually 16. It's kind of hard to think of when the story takes place, because I want Kasai to be 17, but at the same time, I want Corey to be 15, so that means it takes place anywhere in August to December. But at the same time, a winter arc doesn't happen until later on in the story. So that means in the beginning of the story, he'd have to be 16. But what grade would he be in? That's the thing. Anyways, I don't know. He's 17, I guess, 16. I don't know what age he is, okay? He's a high schooler, alright? He's a high schooler, he plays basketball, he's one of the he's just super hyper and like impulsive, so he does things without acting, and then he'll realize like, wait, why did I do that? That's just how he is. He's really energetic, and I just imagine that in the story he's banned from drinking coffee because his parents is just like, you're not having that. Very random. Yeah, so he's kind of like always running in the halls or something. I'm making this sound like the story is like a school story or something, but it's not a school story. They do go to school sometimes, but it's not a school story. In the story, they have to fight these beings. I was gonna call them monsters, but they're not really monsters. Monsters would kind of lean in more towards like a horror theme, and the show isn't horror. It's kind of like, actually the story would kind of go under psychological genre, not horror and not thriller. But they have to fight these beings called shadows. It's these like things that can like run through the shadows. I guess they kind of like seep into the floor and then they can travel through there. They have to fight those things using their powers. And since they're the only ones with powers, they're the only ones that can eliminate the shadows, because their powers have like a specific chemical of some sort that like eliminates the shadows. So regular weapons don't work. Regular weapons just stun them. Yeah, so the power that Kasai has is fire. His is fire. Just the classic fire. And his powers actually have healing properties to it. In the beginning of the story, he does get cut, which is what the scar on his face is. So when he gets cut, the cut actually heals faster than what it'd normally take to heal. So let's say it takes like a month for an injury to heal. It'll take him about 2 weeks or so for it to heal. And that's what happened with his cut. Even though Kasai is like a super hyper and energetic character, he actually deals with all of his problems on his own, because he doesn't want to accept help. He doesn't want anyone to help him, and that's like the downfall for him in the story. So his biggest threat isn't the shadows, it's actually himself. Him stopping himself from actually getting the help that he needs, because he deals with imposter syndrome, and that causes him to be depressed. And his depression causes him to turn on the people that he loves, and that's what the story is about. The story is just about him just dealing with all that, whilst also having to fight the shadows with his team. I don't really know what to call their powers, so if you have an idea of what to call that, comment down below, because I don't want to call them abilities or powers because that sounds too generic. So if you have an idea, just comment down below. Here's a character sheet of him. So in this character sheet, he's wearing like a hoodie. I drew this literally like way back in January. It's now November, and it's about to be December. And a few months later, I thought of this, like, idea. Like, I was thinking of, like, a scene from the story where someone gives him a cardigan. They're like, oh, here, hold this for me. And he's one of those people like, oh, you give me a piece of clothing to hold? I'm gonna put it on. So he put it on, and he just took it, and then he wears it throughout the story. Like, he just stole it. But yeah, that's how I got the idea of him wearing a cardigan. So he wears a white shirt with baggy jeans, and then he has Jordans on, because he fly like that. Word. I was just joking. I was joking. Anyways, but he has a white tee. He has a white tee, baggy jeans, in the Jordan 4s, and then he wears a cardigan. Will this be his final design? I don't know, but I want the story to, like, they have 4 outfits, so 1 for each season, so winter, spring, summer, fall, right? So I'm assuming, like, that's gonna be probably his spring outfit, or just his default outfit, maybe. But I really like the cardigan. He wears a cardigan and he wears a crossbody bag. Like, I'll show you a picture, like this one. It's not colored in, but you can see his outfit there. He's wearing the cardigan and then he has the bag just across his chest. I like that outfit. And I was thinking of outfit designs for him, but I'm not good with, like, designing outfits or making outfits look cool, because in my brain I'm like, if they stand out too much, then, like, it's so obvious that they're the main character. It's gonna be so obvious for people to look for them, and that's the thing about a lot of animes. The main character would have, like, a crazy color hair, like, oh, that person has blue hair, and then the villain's like, who's the hero? And it's so obvious. In my brain, like, I need logic. So they're kind of just wearing, like, regular outfits that you see every day. So I guess the character design is really in their hair and their eyes. Even though, since they live in New York, they could probably just wear whatever outfit they want and no one would question them. But I did want to give them outfits that's just regular everyday life, to show, like, oh, we're normal, but we're not normal. Here I'm adding, like, the colors and stuff to his hair, because he has red at the bottom of his hair. So here's the finished expression sheet of Kasai. And yeah, now to draw Cory.